For the cheapest coins with fast delivery and quick customer support, check out my sponsor, Red Zone Coins, and use code SWIFT at checkout for 20% off.
So Swift family, and today I'm coming back at you guys with another Madden 20 video. And in today's video, I'm going over this promo really in depth. I'm basically going to give you guys my opinion on the solos. I'm also going to go over a sniping filter that you can do, as well as talk about how you can get the players in this promo at a cheap price. This isn't just going to be like a brief guide going over all the players. I'm more going to actually talk about how you can do stuff within this promo. So this video should be really helpful. I would definitely recommend you watch it all the way through. That way you make sure to gain information about basically everything that I'm about to talk about. Now, sorry for no upload yesterday. As you guys probably know, my Saints did lose, so I was not in a good mood to make a video for you guys yesterday. I don't know about you guys, but I definitely get way too into these games. Like, it just shakes me for like a week after we lose in the playoffs. So this is definitely going to be a hard one to recover from. But yeah, drop a like on the video if you guys do enjoy this content as well. Hit that subscribe button. Honestly, losing last year in the playoffs was definitely worse, and I didn't have a good YouTube channel where I could talk to you guys about it on Twitter and vent a little bit, so it's definitely nice to do that as well. So thanks for making it easier for me to go through this loss, even if you don't even know you were helping out. But yeah, let's get into this right here, and let's start off by talking about the solo challenges in this promo. In my opinion, they are not worth it, you guys. These solo challenges, as you guys can see, the only reward you're going to get from them, other than coins as you do it, is going to be an 89 overall NAT Playoffs Master. Which, of course, if you don't have a great team, maybe you add that player to your team. But if you quick sell it, you're not even going to get that much training out of it. These solos are also not that easy. Like, they are easy, right? So it's like 2-minute warning right here and you have to play. But when we think about the coin value you're going to get from these, you're going to get a total of about 35,000 coins. All of these solos right here are going to take you probably like 5 minutes to do. So that's like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and another probably takes you about an hour to do all these solos, and you're only going to get 12k coins using the coin methods that I've posted on my channel before. It's a definitely more effective use of your time to definitely go do those coin methods rather than play these solos out, and it's going to be the exact same deal with these ones right here. You're going to be able to obviously get a ton of stars for doing these, but in my opinion, it's just not worth the time investment in these solo challenges because the rewards, they really just aren't good enough in my personal opinion. Let's move on to the next aspect of this promo, which is the packs. I'm going to quickly look over them in the store, and then we'll get into the next two aspects, which is going to be getting the players for cheap, which I really want to show you guys because I actually used a method to get some really good cards at a cheap price. But the playoff pack right here, if we look at what you're going to get an 83 overall plus playoffs player, as well as one other gold. Of course, your chances or your odds right here, you only have a 25% chance of pulling an 86 plus. So essentially, honestly, these packs aren't incredibly worth it. I've seen other packs which are worth it. For example, the fantasy pack in the last promo and the Zero Chill promo, I would say that one might have been worth it, but these ones right here are personally not worth it. I've opened up a couple, haven't really gotten anything good from it, so I would not recommend it. Let's move on to the next two aspects, because these two aspects are probably the most important part of this video. The first one's going to be how you can get 95 overall players for cheap, and essentially what you would do to get these cards for cheap is you're going to do the set. I'll show you guys exactly how I did the set, but let me show you guys what I got from it. I got a 96 Ronnie Stanley, a 95 Deshaun Watson, and a 95 Stephon Gilmore. All of these cards costed me 400,000 coins combined to get. I'll show you guys how I did that, but these are three of the best cards at their position. Ronnie Stanley, the best left tackle in the game, hands down. Deshaun Watson, I'm really excited to try him out. He has really great stats, Escape Artist and Dashing Deadeye on this card. And then Stephon Gilmore, he just has incredible stats. Of course, the speed maybe isn't there, but look at that, 98 man, 92 zone, 95 play rec is absolutely incredible. Let's get into how I got these cards for cheap, because that's one of the most important aspects of this promo. And essentially all I did right here is I did this AFC set. Now, if you want to do the NFC set, in my personal opinion, it is not as worth it, because when you complete the set, what you're going to get is a Terrell Owens, as well as 3 playoff heroes of your choosing. That of your choosing part is really important because you can pick whichever ones the best players are. But when we look at the NFC side, because essentially what you're getting is your choice at any of these cards. Brandon Brooks is a good card. Okay, Brandon Brooks is a good card. Fair enough. Danielle Hunter, he's a good card. Wouldn't play on my team, though. Drew Brees, too slow for me, although I do love you, Drew. We'll see if he's even on the Saints next year. That's definitely a conversation for another day. Devontae Adams, too slow. Marshawn Lynch, too slow. And D Ford, Just doesn't have the block shedding that I'd like to see. So Daniil Hunter and Brandon Brooks, maybe those are two solid picks, but as we look on the AFC side of things, there are so many good cards. Kevin Byard is a solid free safety. Honestly, he has you can get him up to 99 zone. Trey Edmonds is also an incredible card if you need a user middle linebacker. Deshaun Watson, one of the best QBs in the game. Travis Kelce, one of the best tight ends in the game. And then these two cards are the players that I picked, and we've already talked about them. So let's talk about the AFC set right here. And essentially what I did is I bought all these players for as cheap as possible and just completed the set. They're going for 325k, so that's very similar to the price I paid for them. I was sniping these cards at 310, so I buy them all at 310, and then I end up completing the set for a total of 930,000 coins. And then you're going to get a Champ Bailey out of this. So let's take a look and see how much Champ is going for. He was going for just under 500k when I did the set. I assume his price has maybe gone down a little bit just because more people are probably catching on and doing this set. But if you do have a bunch of coins and you want to make some upgrades to your team and you like some of those players, I would definitely recommend taking a look at doing the set. That's what I did to actually get those cards at a pretty cheap price. But Champ Bailey right here, let's take a look and see how much his card is going for. He's at 96 overall, so that's, I believe, the highest card in the game. He's going for a price of 510,000 coins. So like I was saying, we spend a total of, we can sell them for 510k, right? So we spend a total of 930k, we get 510k back. After tax, of course, you're getting more like 450,000 coins back. So you spend about a total of, what is that, 450,000 coins to get those three players, when in comparison, if we wanted to just buy those three players, you'd have to spend 910k. So I'm saving you roughly 450,000 coins for doing this, which in my opinion is very, very good savings, especially if you want to pick up the players. That's why I think it's really important to go into these promos with a lot of coins, because you can take advantage of stuff like doing the set to be able to not make coins with, but kind of like gain value on your team and get good cards without actually having to spend that many coins. But yeah, as you can see, Champ Bailey, one of the best cards in the game overall wise. Of course, if you wanted to just do the set and keep the Champ Bailey as well, you could totally do that, because you are still getting a decent amount of value. You get all three of the cards, and you could keep Champ Bailey. In my opinion, it just made more sense for me to sell him the Stephon Gilmore card. If we compare him to Stephon Gilmore, he's going to be faster than Stephon. That's like his main draw. Yeah, he's going to be faster than Stephon. Otherwise, the stats are relatively similar. So that's why, honestly, just worth it for me to sell this champ right here and keep the Stephon Gilmore on my team. So that's the first two tips, or the first three tips that I wanted to talk about in this video. Finally, let's get into sniping some of these cards, and honestly, there are tons of cards to snipe. We're just going to go through a few filters that I've personally been using to grab these cards. So we're going to come in here and we're going to filter by the NFL Playoffs promo. And as you guys could see, that card that we just had on the screen sold for 9.7k. So what I do, as always, when I'm trying to snipe these cards, is I'll just come here and I'll filter it 82 to 83, NFL Playoffs, and I will sit on this promo. I will see, okay, are these players selling? Are they not selling? How much coins can I get for these cards? Right now, it doesn't look like too many of these auctions are closing, so I'd probably sell, like, say I could sell these cards at like 9.5k. We could probably get 9.5 with these cards. And then essentially what I do to find cheap snipes is I'll filter down by the team. So we'll look by Saints, Eagles, and Ravens here, just to see if we can grab any cheap players. Let's see how much Chauncey's going for. We want to try and find him up at a price of like 7.5. So we could refresh on this filter a couple times just to see if someone throws a new card up. And if someone does throw a new card up, of course, we would just buy him immediately. And grab the coins and then just resell them at a price of like 9.5. So it doesn't look like there's any going up right here. We'll take a look at the other filters just to see if we can maybe grab someone. The Eagles and the Chiefs were a couple other cards to check out. Let's take a look at the Chiefs, see if we can find someone up for 7.5k. 8.4 is the cheapest, and I don't see too many new cards with 59 minutes right here, so I'm going to move on to the next one. The Eagles, where are the Eagles? Why can I not see them? The Eagles right here. The cheapest one is 8.1, so maybe I wait on this filter. Plus, this has 57 minutes. Let's see how much, if there's a lot of new cards. Doesn't look like there's a crazy amount of activity on this filter. We'll take a couple refreshes, and then I'll show you guys my filtering for the higher overall cards, because you can also snipe some of these higher overall players in the playoff promo right here. So we'll refresh a couple times, just looking for snipes. Of course, if you actually wanted to snipe these cards, you would probably sit on the filters for a little longer than I'm going to do. I'm just kind of looking on these filters pretty quickly just so we can move on and I can show you guys all the sniping filters that I've personally been using. But yeah, of course, sit on those filters for longer before you actually buy the cards, and then buy them at around 2,000 coins less than they're selling for. So right now, as we just filter in the general 82 to 83 NFL playoffs, we see that they're going for 9.7, so I would want to buy them for something like 7.7 just to keep our profit margin solid. So we're going to increase the overall here, and what we're going to do is the exact same thing with 85 overall cards. 85 overall cards are actually harder to snipe. As you can see, they're going for 14.5k right now. And it looks like the newest cards on this filter have 33 minutes on them. So let's see if we filter it down by all offense or all defense, if we'll be able to see the newest. I'm not sure if we will. Yeah, it doesn't look like we're seeing the newest when we filter down by offense. Let's see if we can get lucky and maybe have get a good filter down on the defensive side of the ball. It looks like on the defense, we are not seeing the newest player. So let's go down by a couple positions that I like to take a look at. A couple positions that I like are both of the guard spots. The guard spots are pretty solid. It looks like we are seeing the newest cards. This filter isn't full. Yeah, we are seeing the newest cards. So essentially, we saw these players were selling at like 15k, so we would want to buy them at like just under 14 would be fine. We could have bought that left guard right there. Let's take a look at right guard. We kind of want these cards at anything under 14k is solid. 13.1. I will happily take that right there. We're going to flip this guy at a price of 15k. That was how much, I believe that's how much they were going for. So they make a little bit of profit right there. Nothing too crazy, but I'll take it. And essentially, I'm just going to flip back and forth between these two filters and hopefully find some cheap snipes on these cards. As you can see, we found one right there, which was a solid snipe. This is going to be a much better one if we can land it. We're going to win that for 9.3k, so that's going to be like 5,000 coins of profit right there. Both of the guard spots, like I was saying, are probably my two favorite filters when I'm using this sniping filter. So we find another snipe right there. I'll post him up at like 14.8. That looks pretty good. I would assume he'll sell. The thing about these cards as well, when you post them up at a high price, you have to wait until they have no more time left on them, because usually they only sell in the last few minutes, because that's when they're going to show up on the most amount of filters possible. Because as you guys probably know, when I say a filter's full, that means that the cards that are showing up aren't the newest. They're the cards that have the least amount of time and are the newest. So we want to pop up in those filters, and then people hopefully don't filter it down enough, and then they just buy our cards. Let's find one or two other positions to look at. Probably just one, because this video is getting a little long, but I want this one to be pretty informative. So cornerback is another one we could check right here. What else do we want to take a look at on this filter? I'm basically just looking at players that have two of them in a certain position. That way we can find as many cards as possible when we use a filter. So we're going to take a look at corner right here. Corner seems like a solid one to take a look at. And we'll see if we can find any cards up in the corner filter. Looks like, let's see, again, we want to find just under 13k would be solid. Are we seeing the newest cards? We are seeing the newest cards, and we didn't see any snipes right there. So corner could be solid just because there's three of them up right here. There's three different cards that could get posted for cheap. So 12.1 right there is one that I will take. My Qs, we're going to win that. We're going to make a few coins off of that. Pretty solid. I'll take it. Of course, not as good as our 9,000 coin snipe, but all of this is coins. All of this I'm happy to buy and just flip and make a little bit of coins off of them. Make a couple thousand here and there. I mean, it all adds up. I'm happy to basically buy any of these cards if they're a snipe and wait and be patient for them to sell at the end of the filter. So let's try and find one more snipe. We'll just use 3 more refreshes, see if we can find a couple more snipes. As you can see, the 85 filter is working a bit better than 83, but I would recommend you guys just take a look at both, because you never know, right? You could be missing out on easy coins if you just don't go on 83s, and let's say they're really hot. So it's definitely worth taking a look at both, but one more refresh right here, and that is going to do it for the video. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Doesn't look like there's any, yeah, no more new cards. So yeah, hopefully you guys have enjoyed. Leave a like if you did enjoy. Let's see if we can get this video up to 750 likes. I know that's quite a bit, but let's see if we can do that. If you have made it this far in the video and you are not yet subscribed, feel free to hit that subscribe button. Also, my merch is coming out on Saturday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. That is when it will be releasing. I'll be talking about it more in future videos. But yeah, that's when it's going to be releasing. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed, and until next time, I'm out. Peace.
It means no worries for the rest of your day.